Hello everyone, this is Laurie Smith. This is a Survivor Weekend check-in video. And Saturday, April, oh no, not April, it's June 10th. June 10th, 2017. And yeah, I'm just doing this video just for encouragement, a bit of a uh, shout out to my Survivor friends out here, you know, to hopefully encourage you, these things that we survived, they're horrific. And the last 2 weeks, I've had a lot of anger, a lot of flashbacks, a lot of problems with that sort of thing, just because of one person that actually contacted me from when I was really young, and this person was much older and hung around with my older brothers, and he just it just triggered me. I had a lot of problems with anger, a lot of problems with flashbacks and whatnot. So I just want to be a bit of an encouragement for people, out there, survivors of abuse, to hang in there and get help if you're struggling. If you can't cope. I've been able to cope quite well these last years because I've been doing so much work on my healing journey. But I didn't used to cope so well, and I find that now I'm able to cope much, much better because of the work that I've been doing and just getting help, reaching out. That's why I like to encourage people, to reach out and don't suffer on your own, don't struggle on your own. You know, it's hard situation. I don't necessarily reach out every single time I have a flashback or every single time I'm angry. But I know when I first started my healing journey back in 2000, really around 2009, I started in 2007, but didn't do any work on it till 2009, any real work. And I started doing anonymous group support websites, and that was very, very helpful. Absolutely, there was two of them, and I could just go on anonymously and get support, validation, support from people who knew where I was, knew what I was, excuse me, knew what I was going through, knew what I had been through, and it was very, very helpful. So that's why I like to do these videos, and just to be a bit of an encouragement for you. I mean, I struggle with a lot of things. I struggle with a lot of, I don't even know, mainly probably PTSD type symptoms, but also a lot of hurt, a lot of rejection, which people would say, well, can't you just like get past that? Can't you just let that go? That was like so long ago. And it's like, no, I really can't, because it wounded me to the very core of my being. So that every day I wake up, it's there. And the main wounding was done by my mother, and she's been dead now since I was 30. She passed away when I was 30 years old, so she's been gone a long time. That's 20 years. 21 years now. So 21 years later, I still suffer from the things that she did to try to destroy my spirit, my soul, my body as well. But I mean, the main real hurtful damage that still haunts me today is the rejection, the disdain for my life, that she never wanted me, that she never cared, that, you know, I didn't mean anything to her, you know. And I spent a lot of my adult years trying to actually help her out, trying to gain her love. I suppose I wasn't really trying to buy her love. I was trying to gain it, trying to earn it. And as being the last child at home, out of from 7 children, um, that kind of happens to a lot of the last children that are, come late in life. They tend to take care of the parents or look after them. And so I did, and really tried to help my mom out as much as I could, and my dad, but mainly it was about my mother. And at the age of 29, she drops the bomb. It said some things that I knew were true already, but in my heart, I was really, I guess I was just that little girl again, always wishing that I could just somehow be good enough, somehow be sweet enough, somehow be, needed enough, that my mother would actually love me, and that she would tell me things, like I didn't mean to hurt you, I never meant to hurt you, I love you, my daughter, I did want you, I did care. I'm sorry that these things. I'm sorry that I let your brother sexually abuse you. I'm sorry that I hurt you. And I'm sorry for the things that I did to you. I was, and that I did want you, and you were special to me. This is what I was hoping to hear. And I get hung around until the age of 29 when she dropped the bomb, and and reinforced and officially dropped the bomb that I was not wanted, and that she didn't want any of her children, not any of us. So they put us through all of the abuse for nothing. They could have let us go when the child protection services were involved. So CPS. So it's really tragic. That little part of me is still with me today. That's me. And to be in denial, I'd have to deny my whole life, and then create a new person, which I refuse to do. And so I live with the pain because, if I was to try to just say, oh, it didn't matter, or, oh, it didn't happen, or there's all this denial type stuff, right, that a lot of people will do just for protective measures, then I'm denying who I am. And that's what my family was doing the whole time anyway. So I refuse. It's like, no, I didn't deserve that. None of us did. None of my siblings did, and neither did you. Neither does anyone, right? And so it's difficult. It can be very, very difficult. This is sort of the things that I'm working through right now. Trying to have, some peace, right? So I just wish you guys a good weekend. I say whatever you do, reach out and get some help. Don't struggle on your own. If you're having trouble and you just can't seem to cope, call a crisis line. Do whatever you have to do, but you stick it out, and you get some help. Whether it's, counselor, therapist, whatever, crisis line, you reach out. Do not give up. Do not be destroyed by the abuse. Do not be destroyed by your past. Don't let those abusers win. No, we have to win this fight. And it's hard. It's just the same as it was for me as a child, getting up off the floor after a beating, with nobody there to care, nobody there to help me out. You know, and knowing there's going to be more rejection coming and more abuse. I got to keep getting up, and I got to keep going out the door and doing whatever I got to do. As a child, it was going to school or whatever I was doing. As an adult, I got to keep getting up and I got to keep going. And it's hard, but it's doable. But you have to really work at it. And so that's why I do these videos, really to just try to encourage people. I know it's hard. It's incredibly hard. And that's why I say, if you don't trust counselors and therapists, which I don't, and you don't have anybody to talk to, which quite often we don't, reach out and get some help. Call a crisis line if you can't cope. There's people like us sitting on those crisis lines who have been there. They know what this is all about, and they're an ear. And they're there because they want to listen. They're doing that because mainly they're not getting, if they're even getting paid, most of them are volunteer, but even if they're getting paid, they're not getting paid enough money to make it worthwhile. They're doing it because they want to help, right? And so if you get down to where you can't cope and you don't know what you're going to do, you don't know how you're going to take another breath, you don't even know how you're going to do this today, like in the next hour, I'm telling you, do not give up. Call a crisis line. Call somebody, because your life does matter and it does count. Matters to me. Take care, everybody. I hope you're having a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.